I came out to test the tent, but I might have bit off more than I could chew. So we'll, hopefully it stays standing, and when we get back to it, and we'll see what kind of happens from here. With the new year beginning and some weather rolling through the area, I decided it would be a good opportunity to re-outfit some old and failing camping equipment and be able to test the new gear to make sure it would be waterproof and reliable in any weather we might be encountering this year. Well, one thing's for sure, I definitely got the test I went looking for. Join in on the adventure as we battle some crazy Alabama thunderstorms.
Take the exit, then turn left onto State Route 116 towards West Point. At the stop.
Alright guys, what's up? Making our first stop of this adventure, and just a quick food and fuel stop. However, in the mail yesterday I got a radio mount for our Baofeng UV5R, and I'm going to go ahead and throw that on the Jeep and show you guys how it's done. I figured I'd take a short interlude and show you how to install this Jeep Uniq radio mount that we're going to use. And I got it set up for the UV5R GMRS, and with a little radio mount for Baofeng, which I don't really like, but it's the only one I could find that fits the radio. So it's pretty simple. I'm just going to put it on the bar here and show you guys how it works. All right, so I'm going to put it right here on the bar, and I've kind of played with it in size B is what it works. So it's really straightforward and easy. So I'm just going to slip it over here like that and get it lined up. And I don't want it touching the dash, so if it vibrates, it doesn't wear off the red or anything like that. So I'm going to just tilt it forward just a little bit here so that it doesn't touch or rub on the dash. That looks good. And then I'm going to take the little grooves in our holder here and slide it on. And now it's rock solid. So, thanks for watching, and back to the video. Alright guys, we're all fueled up, we got some food, got our radio install done, and headed to Cheaha State Park. That's our final destination today. And we're going to take a little bit of a longer route getting up there and take in the scenic highway, so that'll be pretty cool. So, get back on the road, and we'll be there in about 2.5 hours.
Make a sharp right turn onto State Route 281.
Alright guys, just got checked in into our camp spot for the night, so I'll give you a little tour. Spot 121 here. And I didn't know where they wanted me to park, so I just kind of backed off the road. Yep, so this is our spot. And it's right across from the sunrise overlook, so that'll be pretty nice in the morning. But you can see the weather's kind of coming faster than I was expecting. So we'll go ahead and get the tent pulled out and everything and get it all set up. That way it's dry before it rains, and I'll talk to you guys then. Well guys, this area over here seems the most flat and level, and I'm kind of hoping that the water, there is going to be some heavy rain, so I'm hoping the water will kind of stay off of it. If you look over here, you can see the water runs down, and then up here as well. So I'm just hoping I can get the stakes through the rocks. But yeah, so I'm gonna set the tent up and get back to you guys in a second. Alright guys, tent set up. I'm pretty happy with it overall. It included a bunch of all the stakes it needed for the guy outs and everything. I had to resort to using our snatch block for the Jeep. The knife scabbard here, I tried hitting it, but then that seemed to be hurting the scabbard, so I tried just pushing on them, and it didn't really survive. So yeah, it's nice to have something kind of durable, but this little cover didn't like being beat up, so that's that. But we used the snatch block, and heavier duty really worked for us. Give you the slight tour. So the reason we're out here today is because of all this weather. I just picked up this tent and I figured to test everything out, and my problem with the last one I had was it leaked. Well, not really leaked, it had this vestibule area was a lot closer to the tent body, and when it would rain it would splash underneath and you'd get soaked. Yeah, so it's not a lot of fun when you're getting splashed on. But so yeah, with planning on doing a couple road trips at least this year, so I figured I'd re-outfit a little bit, and I picked up this tent from obviously REI. We just got one in Tallahassee. I have a couple other items and I really like them, so yeah, so far it's been easy to set up, and it came with all the stuff you needed, which sadly is more than I can say for some of the competitors. But yeah, so let me go ahead and we'll get the rest of the stuff inside, and then I'll shout back out at you guys. All right, guys. Well, I just walked up the hill to look at the lookout and everything, but it's so cloudy you can't see anything. So, walking back down to the tent, and all the weather's starting to come in. You can hear some thunder occasionally. So, gonna go ahead and come back down to the tent and get all situated for the night. And hopefully tomorrow, when the weather's cleared out, we'll go get some views from the lookout tower. But until then, I guess this is what we got. So the start of the weather tonight. All right, guys, with the weather coming in, I decided I was just gonna cook at the pavilion they have, and there's no other camping equipment allowed, or sorry, cooking equipment allowed in the pavilion. So I figured the stove and the fire pit would be okay. So I'm gonna turn this down just a second. Looks like it's finally. Ooh, that was the wrong way. There we go. Let it burn. My hand's over here, so sure you guys saw the fuel bottle and were like, what the heck? But it's not getting hot enough over here to even hurt my hand, so I'm sure that's okay. But up here, it's getting hot, so I'll let the water boil in there. So in our Yeti cooler, got a couple ice packs, and then I got just some fruit. I got heavy whipping cream for tonight, and then I got some pasta in this bag, and I also got some crab and some celery and carrots. So I'm going to try to make the pasta in that bowl, and then use the pan over here to saute up some the carrots and celery, and then make our reduction with the whipping cream. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll update you when we get closer here. So update on the cooking. I decided to break the windshield out because it's really windy and it wasn't getting really hot fast enough, and it's supposed to get hot enough too. This is a stove by MSR, and it can run on any fuel, but like those little canister gas things you buy, or like what I got it set up on now is a diesel, because that's what the Jeep runs on. So it's readily available to me if I need any. I do want to switch it over to white gas, the little canisters, but I just haven't. Oop, there went the stove. Pause. All right, we're back. I think the wind blew it out. I haven't used it before with a diesel. This is the first time. I usually use it with gasoline, but we don't have gasoline anymore in the Jeep. So this has been an eventful half hour or so here, but I'm actually packing up. One of the park rangers just came by and said there's a tornado headed this way, so we have to evacuate. So I'm gonna leave the tent set up there probably, and I guess find a safe place, hopefully, and we'll see what happens. We were working on the stove. We were kind of getting it to work, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and clear out like they asked us to. So all right, guys, so I decided just to leave the tent up for now, and I'm come down here to the little kind of registration check-in camp store area, and I'm gonna ask them where to go. They gave me severe weather instructions, but it doesn't say like where the area I'm supposed to go to is. So I'm gonna ask them and decide what to do from there. Here's a picture of the weather that's coming in. I just grabbed it off of the Jeep. So they got all the tornado warnings and stuff right there. And so that's what we're gonna avoid. I mean, the reason I came out here was to test the tent, so I'm leaving it up. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna do, and I'll decide what to do from here. I just talked to them in the store, or the registration area, and I guess check-in counter. But they said they've had some like watches and some warnings, and so I was just like, well, the ranger came up and told me, you know, to go to a safe area and evacuate the kind of campground. So I figured we were having such a bad luck making dinner, I'll just go find dinner in the closest town and kind of wait out the warnings and stuff and come back, and hopefully there's no damage and the tent's still up and dry, and if it's not, we'll deal with whatever happens there. So for the time being, that's what I'm going to kind of do, and just kind of clear out, since we were asked to kind of stay out of the go to like the severe weather plan and find a safe area. So yeah, I'm gonna head to the nearest town. The weather is making the road pretty interesting though, so I'm gonna go ahead and just focus on driving down the mountain without hitting anything. That's always a positive. And then when we're back up at the campsite, I'll give you guys an update on how good it did through the storm. So yeah, guys, we just got back to camp, And see here, everything from the look of it looks like it's all intact. Ooh. Nice, looks like it was staked down well, stayed staked down well. Sweet. You can see there's some water pooling up here. I'll let it run off real fast. Give it a good shake before we open up the door and see if everything is still dry. So fingers crossed. Let's see. Man, you can see it really rained. I think that was just from where I opened the door. I don't see any. Maybe a little bit. Let's go ahead and crawl on in here. Alright guys, well you can hear it's raining, and right here is what we're looking for on this test, and the seams around all the zippers and up in the rain fly a little bit are leaking, and we're getting water in the tent. It's not a whole lot right now, but the rain just started, and you can see the amount, like the volume of water. So it's gonna be a long night, it looks like. The rain has stopped. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick overview of our night and this tent. The first thing is it held up pretty well for the amount of wind and everything. The only kind of issue with it was that it leaks. And I know we got a lot of rain, but where it was leaking, and it was leaking at like light rain levels, not just in the heavy rain. So this seam right here, the top of the zipper is taped into. Ooh. And I guess when it was raining, the water would hit this seam and it would come out the zipper, which would then drop onto the tent inside, which I'll show you. So this is the zipper right here, and if it drops down, it hits the fly, and you can kind of see it would run down over here and run all the way into the tent. So that's definitely not good. And it rained all night at some level. You can see there's water, there's more water there, and all in the corners where all the stuff was that I was trying to keep dry. But all around that door too, there's more water, so it definitely leaks. You can kind of see there's some dirt and stuff that splashed up off the side, which is, you know, it rained really heavy, so I'll give them that. It would hit right here, and when it landed, it would splash and come up. So I'm okay with that. There was a lot of heavy rain, so if it was just like a misting of water and stuff, it'd be okay. But the fact there's like pools of water, and they're pretty good. A lot of the sleeping pads soaked up a lot of it. I'll show you guys that right now, actually. And you can see on the sleeping pad just how much water it soaked up, and it's all in the foam, so I don't want to pack it away this way, so I just kind of folded it over there, and hopefully it'll dry out a bit on the drive home. As for the tent, it is new. That's why, like I think I've said a couple times, we came out here to find some rain to test it, just to make sure it was waterproof and everything. And with the amount of water inside, even though it was raining pretty good, but it just leaked in all the light rain too. So I think I'll probably dry it out, clean off the sides, and try to return it. See how that goes. One thing I would do different though is knowing how much rain, or how much, I guess, yeah, rain to expect. I would have gotten some extra guy wires, just like 550 cord or something, some stakes, and staked all these extra loops out, because that would have given me some more rigidity and like this one down here, just pulled everything off the side a little bit more. So it came with enough stakes for all the required ones on the vestibule and the corners, and it was good. I wasn't in the tent for a while, probably during the worst rain, and it stayed firmly staked down and planted, so that's good. That's kind of what you want. So all design regards, it's good. It's just, I think the seam quality and stuff is what's going to get me on this one. But I'm going to go ahead and kind of shake it out and see if we can get it folded up and make some breakfast. So yeah, we're all packed up, and one last thing on the tent is not being super, I guess, thorough to get all the air out of it and packed down really tight. It still fits in the sack it came in, which if you ever bought outdoor gear and tried to shove it back in the sack you bought it in, it's usually pretty hard, but this one's really easy, so props for that. After a long, cold night, I guess we had a success testing the tent, but look at those views. It's crazy. Well, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully you'll tune in again next time, and we'll go on some more fun adventures together.